someone is unconscious and not breathing, you'll be doing CPR, and if you're able to get hold of a defibrillator, that will give them the best chance of survival. If you have a cardiac arrest in the community, your chance of recovery is about 6%. If you can get a defibrillator onto their chest within 3 minutes of them being unconscious and not breathing, and they're in a shockable rhythm, then the odds jump from 6% to 74%, so well worth doing. So that's why more and more places have got defibrillators available. You'll see them in underground stations, railway stations, bus stations, big shopping centres. More and more schools are getting them now, GP surgeries, dentists, and you will see the signs up there. The sign is a green heart with a lightning flash, as you can see here. So that's what to look out for. So these save lives. The faster you can identify that there's something wrong, you can start immediate CPR, you can use a defibrillator, and you can get the casualty to hospital, the better their chances of survival. And every minute's delay in using a defibrillator is about a 10% reduction in that survival rate. So you can see that once you start getting down to about 10 minutes, you're back down to a 6% again. Okay, so how does it work? Well, what a defibrillator does is it stops the heart from fibrillating. So if you have a cardiac arrest, what tends to happen is your heart ends up quivering like that. So what a defibrillator does is it stops it shaking. And people think it jump starts like jump starting a car. It doesn't. It stops the heart so that your backup mechanisms within your heart can kick back in and put the heart back into a proper sinus rhythm again. So the quicker that you can use this, the better, because what tends to happen is when the heart is quivering like that, it quivers, 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 and then it gets to a point where it goes beep, if you were looking at the TV and the monitor. Once you've got to a flat line, it means that the heart is still. So stopping it, there's nothing to restart it. So the faster you can get it while you've got all the maximum electrical activity in there, the better the chances of it coming back and the person coming back to life. That's why it's so important to do this quickly. The other thing that is really important is to be doing really good quality cardiac massage. If you are pushing on the chest and you're pushing hard and fast, you can retain that electrical activity that little bit longer. So you must be doing CPR in conjunction with using a defibrillator. It's no use leaving the heart, leaving the casualty, and just relying on the defib, because it won't work. So you need high quality CPR. The breaths will also help with the oxygenated blood, but it's the compressions primarily that are important when you're looking at the use of a defib. So what is it? What does it look like? Well, here's a demonstrator defib. This is a real one. There are all different ones around. They all do the same job. So they will give a shock, which will stop the heart so that the backup system can go into place. So when you press it on, it speaks to you.
Apply pads to patient's bare chest.
Okay, so you are doing your cardiac compressions.
Next to flashing light.
You will then peel off the pads, stick one on here and one on the side
Apply pads.
of the chest.
Plug in the connector.
Like that, okay? You then plug in the connector. Some of the defibs already have a connector plugged in. So this one has the pads pre-connected. Okay, you are still doing your compression. So if somebody else can do that, that's better. So you're doing your compressions.
Analyzing heart rhythm.
Until it tells
Do
you
not
to stop.
touch the patient. Shock advised. Charging. Stay clear of patient. Deliver shock now. Press the orange button
Stand
now.
clear! Make sure no one is touching the casualty.
Shock delivered.
The casualty will jump.
Paused. start CPR.
It will then leave you doing chest compressions for another 2 minutes. What it means is that the heart is in a shockable rhythm at that point and it is fibrillating. If it says no shock advised, it means that they're not in a shockable rhythm, which could mean it's too late. It could mean they're in some other rhythm and you would carry on doing CPR. After 2 minutes, it will reanalyse the heart rhythm and it will tell you whether or not there is a shock advised. Never remove the pads and never stop until the paramedics have arrived, even if the casualty appears to have made a full recovery.